I am still here, Bren. What's up? How you doing, Bren? Let's say we had a brief break. Oh. Okay. Burning Souls. I'll let Bren know that I will be right back. I need to grab a drink.
KAMax is playing that Sega game. He thinks it deserves all the fame, but I know someday you'll see the light. Super Mario World is the best of all time. KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney World. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney World. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney World and watch him spend all his dollar bills.
Bills?
Yeah, because you know, he loves giving his money to Disney.
Ah.
KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. KAMax is playing that Sega game. He thinks it deserves all the fame, but I know someday you'll see the light. Super Mario World is the best of all time. KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney World. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney World. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney World and watch him spend all his dollar bills. Yeah, because you know, he loves giving his money to Disney.
Ah.
KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. KAMax is playing that Sega game. He thinks it deserves all the fame, but I know someday you'll see the light. Super Mario World is the best of all time. KAMax, he's got a mustache, and when he's smiling, he looks like Dr. Wily. And I have to admit, though we don't talk about it, that hanging out with KAMax is at least better than doing my taxes. We like KAMax so much. We want to take him to Disney
That
World.
is. Hello. How's everybody doing? Thanks for the. Thanks for the raid, Bren. How's everybody doing? That sounds good, Father. I'll talk to you later. Sorry about that. I'm glad you like me so much. Zah, seems I went away at the inopportune time. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. No, you're fine. I'm going for about another 2 hours or so. I'll be ending about 9 o'clock my time, so I think about 10 o'clock your time. I just need to use the restroom real quickly. So you guys are here for some intense stuff here in a second. Xenogears is starting to get a little, well, I can't say a little dark. Xenogears is continuing to be dark is the best way to put it. That is entirely fair. I will need to start getting ready to sleep myself because I have to go to work tomorrow, which is why I'm streaming today, because otherwise I would do my birthday stream on Thursday. There we go. I had to think about the word. What day am I turning 32? It's Thursday. Thursday is the day I'm turning 32. How's everybody doing? Good. Yeah, I'm not. I look older, but I am not that old actually. I definitely do look it though. Which I guess is a blessing and a curse sometimes. It was good. Max had a lot of fun. He made a little Christmas wreath, which was nice. And what else did he do? He did something else. What else did he do? Oh, they did pin the tail on the donkey, but they used a Christmas present instead, and they used ribbons instead of tails. So that was fun. You know, it was just a nice little kindergarten party. Seems like they all had fun, which was good. Exactly, Brent. That's a very good way to put it. I like that, actually. I should... Hold on. In 1 second. Let's see if I can remember how to do this. Sounds good, Brent. Thank you. You as well. Thank you. Merry Christmas. I don't see you, and God bless. Yeah. Cool. Maybe just quote. Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. Yeah. There we go. I think that's a good quote, honestly. I'd have to go see what I was talking about for that stream, because now I'm very curious. Like, yeah. Oh. Well, if it's Path of Fire, I probably do know what it's talking about now that I think about it. Because ArenaNet's not very good about writing sometimes. Sorry, Doug, 1 second. How are you doing, by the way, Doug? So he is part of the... Why am I blanking on what this place is called at the moment? Ethos? Yeah, the Ethos headquarters. They're a religion in this game. I don't want to go too much into religions of this game at the moment, only due to the fact that it will lead to major spoilers. And he's not so much... I guess he is asleep on the floor. He's just unfortunately permanently asleep. So we have a bunch of plot stuff that is just happening right now where they're working on assassinating most of the Ethos because... Well, we don't really know why yet, unless we played the game. And as I said, Xenogears is such an interesting game that I don't like spoiling it. If I can help it. I don't like spoiling any game if I can help it, unless it's like, you know, Mario 3, where eventually Mario saves the princess again. That's a very big spoiler. I thought we got to you in time. That's alright. You know, it's possible, actually. So they're meant to be assassins, but the thing is, there is a bunch of hybrid creature, or human slash creatures. Like we have an not an octopus, a whale person, not a whale person, dolphin person. Brain got there eventually. On board our ship, so it's entirely possible that it could be a monkey man. Actually, yeah. In fact, I'd even say it's more than possible. It would make a lot of sense. Aside from Rico, we don't really have anybody like that, and he's more human. He's more just like the Incredible Hulk than he is an obvious creature. And Rico's not in our party at the moment either, admittedly. But we should probably see some more of them here in a little bit. Honestly, the story behind why don't these guys sleep in their beds? They're really tired. They've been doing a lot of work. The work and slaving every day. Don't want nothing but a good time. Don't get no better than this. Work and slaving every day. Don't want nothing but a good time. I forgot the rest of the lyrics after that, which is why I just repeated it a second time, but with more sing-songy voice. Probably should heal after this because Ellie is a bit low on health. That's right. How can I resist? Thank you. You know, it should really have been easy for me to remember, but it was not. And now I should re-listen to that song. It's been a little bit of time. Not like crazy long, but long enough where it's like, yeah, re-listening would be really neat. I think the weird thing for me, though, is I know that's... The version I'm familiar with is a Real Big Fish cover, which is not the original, so I'd really like to hear the original, but... I like Real Big Fish, so that's how I'm familiar with it. I do prefer Seal over Net, honestly. Because Seal just does a little bit of damage, whereas Net makes it so that you're just stopped. And if it was slowed, I wouldn't mind. But it's stopped, which is actually very annoying. Man, they're really dodging now. They weren't dodging earlier. I guess we really should get some more hit percent. Oh! Wow! Thank you, Yugen. How you doing, Yugen? Buy Pokemon cards? I'm gonna save for my dog's surgery at the moment, actually. How you doing, Yugen? Thank you for the gift subs. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was gonna say, yep, just doing a little bit of a longer stream tonight because birthday. Because I'm not streaming Saturday. Something's over there. It's impossible to get through here like this. Fair enough. It's a bookshelf. You could probably move it out of the way, but... But yeah, I do really appreciate that, Yugen. Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm actually showing enough. I'm grateful is what I'm trying to say, but I'm not saying it very... Something's over there. It's impossible to get through here like this. Okay. I'm really bad about emphasizing my words sometimes, even if I really do appreciate something. It's not something I try to do, but it's something that I do unintentionally do. That's fair.
Moonstone cannon, fire!
Gold nugget. Doggo surgery is a good thing. She shouldn't be too bad. We're really hoping for So I brought her to the vet today, and we're hoping that the pills we gave her should help. She just has like a big tooth that's probably going to need to be removed, unfortunately. But she's not really showing any pain. It's not too expensive, but it's still... Yeah. Yeah, we're hoping that it's not something that's technically needed at all, because it's not that expensive, but at the same time, it's like, if I cannot spend $300, I'd like to not spend $300. But at the other hand, I do want my dog to be taken care of. She's a good girl. Even if she was a bad girl, I'd want her taken care of. I don't want any of my pets suffering, nor do I want my son or wife. If it had been my wife or son, we would have taken care of this a long time ago. We were honestly kind of hoping that this would clear up for my doggo, and she's a good girl. She's just a very quiet girl, so she's very much a people pleaser. It hasn't really been bothering her either. She's been eating, and apparently she's actually gained a pound, so. That being said, though, I am looking forward to the new Pokemon expansion in January. But Doggo absolutely comes first, though. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'll be 32 on... What day is it? What day will I be 32? Thursday. So that'll be interesting. I just am not streaming that day because I work that day. I'll stream the day after for a brief bit. I'm really trying to make rapid progress through Xenogears because it's like, no, end of the year's almost here, and we're not done with the year, and we're not done with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Square games, because we got this, we got Final Fantasy 2, we got Kingdom Hearts, we got Super Mario RPG. Maybe that's 4. Either way. Yeah, I'm not. The beard really does it, as does the mustache, but don't feel bad, Yugen. I've been able to grow a beard since 6th grade, so people have always thought I'm older than I actually am, which I don't know if that's good or bad, really, but here we are. It's the life that I live. That's fair. I think I basically look the same as I did 7 years ago. Except for less... No, I'd probably be less fat 7 years ago. Then I gained a bunch of weight. And now I'm losing a bunch of weight again, because I am actually starting to look better. The sit-ups and the jumping jacks and the weights really help, in addition to my regular exercises, and obviously eating less. I'd say as I eat another slice of garlic bread. Now I was gonna say, I look the same as I did 7 years ago, but I'll be honest, I do... One second, I want to check one thing. Is that a little off screen? Don't think so. Let me check one thing, hold on. No, we're good, okay. I will be honest, I do like going bald in the summer, as much as my wife dislikes that, but I like going bald. I really think that it helps with the heat. But anyways, the point being here that I do technically change once every 9 months or so. We'll see if that happens this time. My wife would like me to try some road grain, because unfortunately I am a little bit balding early, which, whatever, it happens. It really does, Yukin. You're absolutely right. And the length of hair too, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I am working with, not working with, but there's somebody who is also working my job, not working directly with them, that I used to work with at my previous job, but I didn't recognize them because at the time they were clean shaven and didn't have long hair, whereas now they have a beard and are not, and they have long hair. So it's like, man, didn't even recognize you. Just interesting to me, honestly. It is. A lot of people stay the same throughout their lives, but it's like, if you change your hair, it does look drastically different. What is all this about? Who are you all? You're still pretending you don't know anything? You may be the leader of the ethos, but you don't know when you're beaten. Has it been exposed? Rebellion against us will cost you your life. Yeah! The Pontiff! Damn you. Sounds good, Yugen. You have a good night and God bless. Merry Christmas if I don't see you again before Christmas time. And thank you for the gift subs again. I do appreciate it a lot. I can see that, Doug. That makes sense. Billy is a great character, and he has 3 different guns on him at all times. So he probably is like that. Because he has a shotgun, a revolver, and... what's the last one he has, actually? A specific type of gun for this game. So it's like, yeah, I'm probably good if you come near me. That doesn't make it any less funny, though. Billy is definitely one of my favorite characters, though. I just wish they developed him a little bit more. He's a little underdeveloped is my main complaint. Which is a shame, honestly. But that's kind of how a lot of the second disc goes. They just ran out of time. / budget. What's happening? Those men in black are killing the ethos people indiscriminately. They sure are. He is a little bit. He is definitely very sure of himself. But not in a, like, annoying way. Billy is fun. Probably should reload your ammo here soon, to be honest, Billy. And now you've been stopped because they cast net. Unfortunate. I could probably try doing some different combos. It has been a little bit of time since I've changed it up. Well, at least you hit. Got that going for you. I can hear my son and wife watching the Santa Claus at the moment. Which isn't a bad thing, I'm just listening, that's all. It's not a bad movie, honestly. I don't know if we needed the sequels, or the TV series, or the Disney Plus series. Ellipses. Are you alright? Please answer me. I don't know anything. I can't talk anymore than this. Pull yourself together. Do not worry, we are on your side. Question mark? Ellipses. Oh, nope, exclamation point. She that got to contact Shiv Vat. Shivat? Is he from Shivat? This is a terrible wound. His life is in danger. Let's contact the Yggdrasil to come and help us. They contacted the Yggdrasil to come and help him. So he's taken care of. Let's hurry. Okay, so they wasn't sure if he was actually taken care of or we had to do something. So it does seem like he was taken care of, which is good. Big Joe. Oh, my best buddy. You came all the way to save me, eh? Well done, well done. Someday you'll brag about saving me. Adios, amigos. Okay. Wait, hold on. Did Big Joe come back through or something? I don't think so. Oh, yep. There we go. I was gonna say, please. Ooh, camera doesn't turn any more than that. Interesting. Please let me. There we go. Oh, did a different thing than I meant to. That's okay. That happens. Hopefully you don't. I guess I could do that. I haven't really done much of that yet, honestly, now that I think about it. Oh, cool. And a decent Ellie, where's your ether? You need your ether. Don't get me wrong, I'll take attack too, but It's a both, not an either or, Ellie. Judging from our position, this room is right under the cathedral. Which could mean that this is the Ethos databank? No mistake. This has to be the Ethos databank. Yeah, so it seems. This is a surprise. This databank holds all the information concerning the Ethos. From the past to the present. Everything. This facility is strictly off limits to us. Only the bishop class can ever enter this area. Yeah, but even then, this place is damn well equipped. Look at it. I say, a facility of this magnitude would even be hard to find in Solaris. Why would the Ethos have such a setup? Wait a minute. This is Solaris equipment. So, Solaris? Don't be so surprised. No matter how vast this world is, such advanced equipment as this could only come from Solaris. The Ethos has been assaulted by someone. In the basement, we find a Solarian facility. The plot thickens. What's going on here? What is this place? Hey Billy, you know anything about this? Don't ask me. How would I know? This is my first time in here. Then let's investigate. Titan, what is that being displayed there? It looks like some transmission record from somewhere. I might be able to find some clues here. Wait one moment.
Moonstone Cannon.
Hey True Grit, how are you doing? That is 1 year. How you doing? Thanks for the resub. I might be able to find some clues here. Wait one moment. Alright, now I'm able to transmit it to the main displays. How's your day been? Vacay, baby, vacay. Nice. Oh gosh, too much data. Report number 50,224 from Nordtunes D. Bishop Shakan of the Ignis Diocese. Due to the intervention of an uncertain factor, correction is needed. Progress of the operation has declined by 30%. What the heck is this? Why is the Ethos looking into this kind of stuff? On top of that, that Shakan's a bishop? Wasn't he excommunicated from the Ethos 17 years ago? That can't be the case if he's been sending in regular reports. Look here. The destinations of all resources collected by the Ethos through trade with each area. All the resources being sent on to the Solaris homeland. But why would the Ethos be sending supplies to Solaris? I don't know. This is in Solarian language, but it's been encoded. Hold on. What is this? Come on, hurry up. Hold on, it's hard to translate this stuff. Lambs, Great War, Collapse, Re-education. There we go. Mostly. Post-war rehab plan, based on schedule for building gate foundations. Lambs, 02 to 04 to Ignis, 05 to 8 to Aquavi, 11 to 16 to be uniformly distributed. Put in practice, Ethos established as an organization. Supervision by elders. Conference. Supervision by the Gazelle. The Ethos is... Huh? It's all a front. The Ethos is really a subsidiary organization of Solaris. So, what does this all mean? In short, it's like this. 500 years ago, there was a great war that occurred between Solaris and the Land Dwellers. It's not clear what the outcome was, but after the war, Solaris feared another Land Dweller revolt. So Solaris built a gate, or barrier, that separates Solaris land from the rest of the world's land. The Land Dwellers who lived within this gate were made to dwell as separate races and were thus supervised. To carry out the actual supervision, Solaris established the Ethos. So the Ethos is actually controlled by the Gazelle Ministry, or Solaris' highest governmental body. So yes, the Ethos is really a front, or a subsidiary organization working for Solaris. Excavation findings, goods, and natural resources from the surface are transported to Solaris by the Ethos. This also includes human resources, or people used for manual labor, and so on. We're getting a lot of plot dump here at the moment, folks. But yeah, it's been a year, man. Thank you, True Grit. I appreciate that. I was gonna say, I know that we've been talking for longer than that, but I still appreciate that. I appreciate that's what I'm trying to say, just not saying it very well. Let's say if Yugen is live. Yeah, he is. Let me give him a lurk, see poop. As soon as I find my phone. I have lost my phone. I cannot give him a lurk. I am sad. Want to? Basically, this here is the window between the planet's surface and Solaris, up there in the skies above. According to these records, there's been an enormous amount of goods and people transferred to Solaris. So, the ethos has been manipulated. Nothing else? The rest is mainly about population distribution and excavation records. The amount of detailed information about races and their biological data kind of concerns me, though. Here is a relatively recent record. It also indicates that there has been a large amount of people sent to Solaris. The majority of them were people who had come to the ethos seeking help or spiritual salvation. This can't be. I've heard nothing of the sort. So what happened to all those people who've been coming here? They've been coming here for help. They became etones, like me. Surely not all of them. What happened to the ones that didn't become etones? Well, it's all becoming clear then, eh? How about it, Ellie? There are facilities in Solaris for accommodating surface dwellers. I know. The third-class citizen level Earth dwellers of various races are regularly sent there as manual labor. So this is the source of their labor supply. But that's impossible. How could that be? Even if that was the case, who would kill all those ethos people and why? This could be your answer. What? The 44th salvage plan. The 44th salvage plan? Isn't that what the captain of the Thames was talking about? This is the only plan that is not linked to Solaris. It must have been initiated by the ethos itself as a completely independent project. It was commenced about 19 years ago. Let me display the data. Completed investigation of the Zeboyum city, which sank to the bottom of the sea approximately 4,000 years ago. After over 100 test digs, the city center has been ascertained. Excavation planned to begin. So from this, it appears that under Aquapi lies an ultra-ancient civilization. They've been doing a huge number of test digs and obtained a vast quantity of resources from the ruins. Biological weapons. Reactive weapons. I see, so this must be their intention. My assessment of the circumstances is that the ethos is attempting to break away from Solaris. And once freed from its master, it is likely to attempt world domination on its own. Attempt a breakaway, and attempt world domination. That's rather ambitious. Yes, but the real intentions of the ethos are quite obvious. The fact that they are not reporting the results, let alone the site's very existence, gives it away. The ethos is planning to revolt by monopolizing this ultra-advanced civilization's resource. Actually, such rebellions have been quite common. So, do you think Solaris is responsible for this attack on the ethos? Yes, that is probably it. Shall we move along? There could be more to find yet. The ethos. My faith. Hey, Billy. How long are you planning on being like that? Get a hold of yourself. This is all just speculation based on circumstantial evidence. It would be best for you to confirm what is the truth with your own eyes. We're going to go on further. Bart Rico, could you please accompany the person from Shivat to the Yggdrasil? Honestly, if this was all true, this would be devastating to most people, honestly. So Billy's a pretty strong character to be able to at least keep fighting. It's honestly interesting, and it's kind of like, oh, the worst possible scenario for all those people that say, the Jesuits are the Vatican's secret assassins. It's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. It's kind of like one of those situations, though, where all of these crazy make-believe stories actually came true. I still can't believe it. Conspiracies, there we go. The ethos was that dubious an organization. What was it that I believed in all this time? Isn't that the very reason why I told you back then that you belong with us? Verlaine, you're defiled, Billy. You left the ethos and kept company with dregs who have no faith at all. You lost sight of what it means to be defiled. I didn't expect it out of you, you who used to live only for your faith. You should have remained like us. But fear not, Billy. I shall cleanse you. You'll live within me. You will become one with me in death. What? You... Father! How could you do that? What are you getting flustered about, boy? It was a stun bullet. He's just taking a nap. You should have been able to tell by the sound it made. Besides, these murderers are not from the ethos. Look. That symbol. Yes, that's right. They're agents of Solaris. Probably an assassination unit under Stone's command. I got word that they were exterminating all Ethos members on Herd here, but it was too late. All Ethos affiliates have already been killed, except for those on some sort of salvage mission. You claim Verlaine and his men are an assassination unit for the Bishop? How could you even say such blasphemy? That's right. We are servants of the Bishop. Our mission is to hand out judgment on fallen priests and sinners in order to make them repent. Is that true, Verlaine? Why people from the Ethos? The Pontiff and his brethren deserve to die. They allowed greed to tempt them into abandoning their duties as the Ethos, to pursue world domination. They passed their own death sentences when they allowed such desires to overtake them. This kind of sounds like the people that are now saying that Pope Francis isn't the real Pope. It's like, ah, good. We've gone completely crazy. Great. And that's not all. Saving orphans and refugees. That may seem like works of mercy, it is. But the little boys and girls kept here were actually used as a means to satisfy the desires of the pontiff and bishops. That, however, is bad. Indulging in selfish desires. This is not conduct befitting a priest. That one I'll actually agree with. Such as defiled live and have no right to speak for God. That's why we set out on this purification work. They must atone for their sins. These are the bishop's orders. Even if that were true, we have no right to punish others. Judgment belongs to God. That is what we were taught, wasn't it? God? Where does such a being exist? All around us? Everywhere? You should know by now how the Ethos came about. It was an organization created by Solaris aeons ago solely for the purpose of managing ignorant humans. Its doctrines are just deceptions designed to control the masses. The Ethos used the two sweet fruits of faith and technology well to skillfully manipulate global affairs and people's zeal. Thus, they manipulate the ignorant masses to repeatedly continue their pointless wars. Eventually, battle data and men and weapons gleaned from these wars were sent to Solaris itself, and analyzed to aid in ruling the entire Earth. These intentionally perpetuated wars caused much psychological discord. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be psychological discord. But faith in God, salvation, was used as a cushion to soften the blow. Ah, sweet. We got Nietzsche over here, and we got, Stalin. We got a bunch of stuff that's not quite all thought out. It's like, listen, in this world, the world of Xenogears, this would be absolutely devastating, but that doesn't necessarily mean God wouldn't be with them. I know that obviously we have Deus to deal with later, but once again, that's just a being that called itself God, so... in the overall grand scheme of things, that doesn't mean that God still wouldn't be looking out for them, because it's like, I know that Xenosaga, the whole Xeno world is a little bit interesting and weird to get into. I still need to play Xenosaga, but as a standalone, Xenogears is interesting, and I do hope to get to Xenosaga here before too long, to be honest. It's a well thought out system, but the choice of managers was extremely poor. Or do you think that acting the part of a faithful servant of God would someday yield an answer for a great God somewhere? Can't you see that such a divine being just never existed from the beginning? Nah. You don't seem to realize this, but you yourself are passing judgment on sinners as much as we were. I've been passing judgment? That's right. Daily you've been dirtying your hands as an accomplice. Are you trying to take away my ultimate pleasure, Verlaine? Gah! Verlaine, hang in there. Lee. Ugh. Verlaine! Verlaine! A good-for-nothing chatterbox such as you has no right to live. Bishop! Why Verlaine? What in heavens are you trying to accomplish? I am the Inquisitor sent to Earth from Solaris. An Inquisitor? The status of Bishop is merely a convenience for my activities on Earth. The Ethos was created as a Solaris sub-organization given the task of managing Earth dwellers. But over the years, the Ethos started to set up convenient doctrines for itself, then went on to gather the ignorant masses and created a god for them to believe in. Then the Ethos even went so far as to plot a separation from its creator, Solaris. So the Solaris had no choice but to eliminate all those who defy our rule and raise the flag of rebellion. Ones prepared as eliminators were the Etone. Etones, the Atoners, the organization established within the Ethos, had two purposes. On the surface, their aim was to eliminate the Reapers, or Wells, that run rampant on the Earth. But that's not their only purpose. Behind the scenes, we also had selected men like Verlaine. These were responsible for observing and lots of text, and eliminating any corrupt people who appeared in the Ethos. You didn't have the chance to learn of this since you left the Ethos so early. Or actually, I just never told you. There was another role I wanted you to perform. Another role? Billy, there are certain things in this world that you're happier not knowing. Even lies and deceptions can become the truth for some people of the Earth. Particularly those not knowing the true nature of things or how these systems of things work. In fact, the God and faith systems set up by the Ethos were the truth itself, were they not? Tell me, what other role were you talking about? What did Verlaine mean when he spoke of judgment? So you want to know? But can you bear the full weight of the truth? Billy, if you can bear that weight, then I'm willing to tell you. You believed that you were saving wandering souls, didn't you? That's why you carried out your cleansing of the Reapers, Wells, from the Earth, right? In fact, it's all just another control system put in place by Solaris. What's more, your saving work, that very activity you believed in so much, was in reality. You're talking too much nonsense. Father! You haven't changed at all since then. Have you, Stein? Stein? That's a name I haven't been called for a long time. Hearing the name vividly brings back a pleasant twinge of pain to the scars on this body. You know what I mean, Josiah? Heh. Your brain still isn't working right. Answer me. Why do you have such a roundabout way of doing things? That's not worth wasting my breath answering. Just consider it my reward in life. Of course, that includes watching your agonizing death. I could succumb to the desire to slice up your body here and now and drag at your innards. But I can't do that now. I have a matter to attend to elsewhere. That duty comes before any pleasure I could have with you here. I haven't the time to waste anymore. I won't let you go that easily, Stein. I can't be bothered by insignificant wretches like you. Until next time, and as a parting gift, I'll have these men entertain you. Bishop Stone! Well then, excuse me. Oh, and Billy, if you have something you wish to discuss, come see me later. I'll be waiting for you. Oh. Just regular enemies. Okay. I was expecting actually something like a boss or something. At least a mini boss. Not the case though. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do X then. That's alright. Made a boo-boo. Stein, you aren't going anywhere. We're in here already, so we don't need to... That's right, okay. Is this door locked? No, it's not, actually. This looks like it's the way we came, though, so I don't need to go this way. I am misremembering the layout, which, you know, happens. Quite easily, actually. Ooh, pardon me. Probably should heal after this. Just missed him. Looks like Steins. There. That gear is huge. The mobile gear. Pardon me. The mobile gear of Solaris was Alcancel. Shell. Wasn't it, Hugo? What? Yeah, something like that. It may be big, but it's slow to maneuver, so we'll be alright in our gears. But its firepower is phenomenal. Against a bigger target like that, against a bigger target like a ship, blam! It'd be all over. Ain't that right, Hugo? Yes, probably. See what I mean? What? Oh yes, but wait, then that means... The captain and the crew are in danger. They don't know about this. I think the Yggdrasil can catch up with the gear. Let's hurry and go help the Thames fleet. Bleh. Having trouble talking, apparently. Picked up the Ethos fleet and the Thames on the radar, sir. They're on the sea south of here. Travel at full speed, we can reach them in an hour. Alright, set sail for Thames. Aye aye, sir. First mate, the radar, sir. What is it? The radar just detected an enormous object. It appeared straight above the fleet. Don't tell me Stone's there already. No, it is much bigger than that. I estimate it's at least 2,000 Charles. That's gigantic. What in the heavens is happening? Oh, I feel good. Not the Thames! Not the men of the sea! Those men of the sea better be fine. I'll tell you what. Wobby. All that was needed was to fulfill the duty. Now I sense a thought of greed. Selfish greed. I question his faith. We have no need for an organization or fanatics. We will seek what they will. It's their nature. But too much is undue. Something must be done. A reprimand is necessary. They're an expendable group. There's nothing we can do at this point. Yes, there's nothing more to gain from their continued existence. We've already done what we required. Currently, we're in the process of dealing with each area responsible. Stein is in charge of dealing with Aquafi. Bear in mind the need for a fitting solution. Didn't we just take care of that? Moreover, Krelian is rather exorbitant. It's only a molecular machine. Why is he placing so much importance on it? Humans and machines, it's all the same to us. Yes, they are all the same. Main gun, 20 until the energy is recharged. Engineering, ready for full demonstration. Main ship, military units are at standby. Cleanup is at 80%. Currently, our heading is clear. Krelian, there are several ships that have not been vaporized. What should we do? Lambs 3, 5, and 11 are damaged. Just retrieve the non-damaged ones. Eliminate the rest of the trash. Use the test subject's wells for retrieval and elimination. You've confirmed the marker location of Stein. Of the 130 research and excavation sites, it's in the southernmost peak. Shock troops are entering the Zeboim now. I see. The thing they've searched for over 500 years. This should be interesting. Releasing the wells. What's that? Arr, what's that? Did you see that huge fishbowl thing? What are you asking me for? Pardon me. Or the other salvager fleet's almost blown away by one shot. Is this the way the ethos greets us? I seriously doubt that. Why do they have to attack us? We only came to help with the excavations. Good Captain, Wells Reapers. Reapers coming out of the fishbowl thing in the dozens. What? What? Why? This can't be happening. Launch the gears. Load the big gun. Captain? Alright, y'all. We're going to assist and rescue any of the survivors from the other ships. If at all possible while trying to retreat. And shoot down those wells with our 2 guns. Don't let those filthy wells get near our Thames. Hans, look alive. Take the helm. We'll show that fishbowl thing how real men of the sea retreat. Yes, sir. A detected rescue signal. It seems the Thames is being attacked by a pack of Reapers. So this is the purging by Solaris that Stone was talking about. Let's make haste, otherwise the Thames will be destroyed by Reapers. Yeah, I mean, that's the team I've been using, so I have no problem with that. Oh, pardon me. Well, let's mostly make haste. Let's go, do like 2 things, 3 things? Before we go up. Hey, Cynic, how are you doing? Yes, I was gonna say thank you, Yugen, for those gift subs again. I know he's streaming now. I would be lurking, but I don't know where my phone went. I need to find it. Da 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 da. Want to upgrade if I can. If not, that's fine too. Oh, for Billy? Yeah, they do. You're right. Okay, we got that already. Doesn't look like there's anything new, but it's never a bad thing to double check. Figured you'd have that already, but you know, once again, not. Hold on, what? Oh, I guess technically they do have 1 new thing at the very least. It would Help Billy slightly, not by much, but I mean, you know. I guess I'll leave it there. My birthday is Thursday, so I'm not going to be able to stream on Thursday, but it is very close to my birthday, basically. I will be too busy on my birthday. Hi, Thorn. Where'd Kitty Cat go? I don't like to stream on days that I work unless I have the next day off. Sometimes I have, but I don't do that very frequently because I usually just get too tired if I do that. Hi, Thorn. Hi, Kitty Cat. I appreciate that, thank you. Yep, I will be 32 here on Thursday. Feels weird to say, honestly, but honestly, you know, you get a year older each year, so it doesn't feel that crazy to say when you think about it. I guess it's just weird to me to be thinking that I'm already 30 and well into my 30s by this point. Heck, I'm probably healthier at this point, admittedly, than I was when I was 30 because I've been exercising so much. Not that that's a bad thing, of course. That's the opposite of a bad thing. Hey! Ha! Just goes to show that the kid needs his parents around him all the time. My, hasn't it gone lively around here? Word of me. Actually, we do need some Zeta Sols. That is fair. I understand that entirely, honestly. Oh. Is your birthday this month as well, Cynic, or is your birthday just coming up here before too long? Oh, or am I just misunderstanding, which would not surprise me. Pardon me. That could be useful, but for the most part, it's not. That's fair. That makes sense, yeah. Oh, pardon me. I like having a near Christmas birthday. Pardon me. Not trying to yawn because I'm bored or anything, just tired. I don't know why I'd be bored playing one of my favorite games. Just sleepy. Well, we sleepy. Okay, let's go help, because it seems like now we done what we can do. Okay, Sigurd. I'll come talk to you. I thought we could just leave, but apparently that was incorrect, Mundo. Let's hurry to the Thames. Shall we launch the Yggdrasil? Go ahead. Go! Ooh. Oh, Mr. Thorn Pants. Yeah. What is it, Mr. Thorn Pants? No, I'm surprised we haven't seen any enemies yet. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, maybe they disabled it on the way to the Thames. They did not. We want to try one thing with Billy here in a second once we get the opportunity to. If we get the opportunity. If we get the opportunity to. Which we do not. Okay. That's fine. I can't hear them disabling fights though on the way to the Thames. That way it's like, gotta hurry. Every minute counts. But at the same time, if they did that, that would kind of be not great if you needed the experience. Oh, Saitan, you came because you were worried? Yes, you could say that. But you seem to be better off than I expected. Of course. We are men of the sea, is what I'd like to say. But the truth is the situation's been pretty bad. We've got some that are injured badly and some that are fatal. But considering what happened to the other ships, we're in no position to complain. By the way, Saitan, what the hell is up with that fishbowl thing? Came out of nowhere and kicked our butts and left behind wells. And then it headed for some obscure excavation point where there's supposed to be nothing. Odd, since we were sent to go to a more deeper and bigger excavation site. Just as I thought. Some say they saw a huge gear-like monster. It seemed like it was guiding that fishbowl thing to the excavation site, or so I'm told. Stone. Appears there's something there for sure. Call it Salvager's intuition, but I don't want to get any closer. Saitan, is that fishbowl an enemy of yours? You could say that. Well, I won't ask for revenge, but I can't just sit back and do nothing. If you're against it, we'll help any way we can. You can ask Hans anything about the site. Well, I guess we should. Fishbowl was headed due north. The north edge of that island. But why? There's nothing but a small mine. If you're gonna mess with them, we'll help however we can. You wanna know about the fishbowl? Alright, we're good then. I think this is the right way. Please don't tell me it's the elevator. It is, in fact, the elevator. Good job. Okay. Good job, me. Let's head to the excavation site. Please. We're currently anchored at the Thames. The Thames. That side, I see, okay. All right. Okay. That's an okay level up there, Saitian. I'll take it. Oh, yeah, it's not too bad. I'll take it. That's acceptable. No EP, though, but at the same time, I really can't complain. This is Saitian. You have a lot of EP. EP. He's so excited. Saitian, what is Solaris trying to do? The main Solaris army. Why all this? Well, let us get down. In 1 second. I don't remember actually getting to go in here that much, so we'll see. I should save. At least not at the current time being. I think we do get to later, but... we'll see. This way we get a save, though, which is a good plan. Hello. Moshi Moshi Dust. Nobody here but us tumbleweeds? No, not buying it? Alright, fine. That is quite a few people, though. Ow. Pew pew. Oh, I actually meant to check something on Billy. We'll see if we get that opportunity to here in a second. Probably will. Since Ellie had to miss with her first attack. Pardon me. Actually, probably won't. The Saitan will probably go ahead and finish off the other guy first as well. This is the only way to go. Hi, Pat McGrath, Chevyland. How you doing? You here for Chevy Days or whatever they're called? I don't know. Abandon the joke. Did you notice? His gear is reawakening. Soon he himself will awaken also. His friends are heading for Zeboim. It's been sealed up for 4,000 years. You know what's there better than I do. You probably won't give anyone anything, but it's something we both need. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So please. Because there's only one way to go. These are ruins of a city. I've heard of it, but... I know it well, yes. Cavern City Zeboim. We were buried in that vast mausoleum. Ellie! Ellie! What's wrong? Huh? What? Did I just... No. Hurry on ahead. The weird thing is, I think that Saitan's going to end up being the healer of the group. Because I don't think Maria can heal. They kind of can. Not very much, but something. I guess we have to... Okay. I thought I was trying to see if you could reload from here. Does not look like it. Pardon me. Not bad level up. Would have liked some attack for you, but you know, it's acceptable. I'm not complaining. Just observing more so. Please do not have us fight anything. Okay, not yet. Good. I really need to heal first. Getting close. Billy's getting closer too. As is Ellie. Okay. That's all good. Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like an enemy. Music faded out just long enough. I'm like, okay, let's save. Because saving is never, well, saving is almost never a bad idea. That's the better way to put it. Sometimes it is, but it's very infrequent when that is the case. This sounds like, much like Xenogears, there's a little bit of a tell, or pardon me, like Skies Arcadia on the Dreamcast, there's a little bit of a tell as if you're about to be attacked. I'm starting to get really tired. I might actually have to end a little earlier than I thought, but not until we get done with this section. Either went up, defense went up. Yeah, that's basically all I really want from you, Ellie, honestly. That's probably the right way to go. So I'd like to go the other way so as to see if there's any items or such. There's no dodge. Ow. Probably should have him reload his ammo here momentarily. Oh, sorry. Okay. Unless this is the right way. I hope it's not, though. It is, in fact, the right way. Okay. Let's just make sure there's nothing I missed. That's looking very much so like not the case. It does sound nice, I'll be honest. I mean, if you want to wake up him, that's fine, I guess. I mean, those are what? Let's see. If I could carry one aspect of 7 into Xenogears, what would it be? Sorry, guys. Sorry, I was not fully focusing for a second. I apologize, guys. Let's see. Let me get the Cynic first. Is the woman Acro or something? Because that's an interesting way to go. Ellie is an elite soldier, so I guess that's the best way to put it. And those are mutations. Would be the best way to put it. Experimentations. There we go. Cynic. That's the best way to put it. An aspect of Final Fantasy VII into Xenogears, what would it be? I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this because I know exactly what I would bring from Final Fantasy VII into Xenogears. Actually letting them finish the game. That's what I'd want them to bring into Xenogears. Letting them actually flesh out Disc 2. Honestly, that's about it for the most part that I can think of. Like, 7 isn't bad, but... Thank you. Yeah, it's like, that's basically just what I'd want. It's like, 7 and Xenogears are very different, but good games in different ways. I think I need to reload. I don't think I need to reload the shotgun quite yet, though. How are you doing, though? Sorry about that. I was spacing there for a second. That's my bad. Yeah, honestly, the budget from 7's the main thing that I'd want from 7 into Xenogears. They're both different games. I know that obviously Xenogears was originally pitched as the story behind FF7, and you can see a lot of that in 7. From, you know, amnesia, exploring the psyche, a couple other different various ways here and there, but it's like... I'm kind of glad they're both different. But they're both different things that they were going for. So, in the end, while I would have liked that, I am glad that they're both such different games, honestly. They said the really only thing I just wanted is the budget. And I also don't want Square to give it a remake. I guess that's the other thing. Especially because I don't think they'd know what to do for this. Now, if they were to give this to Monolith Soft, then maybe. Monolith is a different company now than when they were first making this, so it's kind of like a darned if you do, darned if you don't. People change over time, and it's hard, because it's like, if you... Such a fine, well-equipped isolation facility. Could it be a hospital? The town outside doesn't look quite so polluted, though. Rather strict airlock and scanning equipment. It does not look operational, though. The inside is preserved so well. The outside probably, too. At least you guys are fairly easy. You guys do a decent amount of damage, but nothing like crazy out there in terms of damage. I really need to change that. I'm going to work on, by the next time I stream on Friday, to just put all my recommended streamers down below. I think that would work better, honestly. Not that I don't dislike advertising all of my other fellow streamers, mind you, but I could go ahead... Actually, I could just go ahead and turn it off. That it doesn't cycle every hour. And then if somebody asks, it's like, ah, here you go. That's not a bad idea either, actually. I hadn't thought of that until now. That's on me, so... Honestly, if they were to remake a game, I'd probably want them to remake Xenosaga instead of Xenogears. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but... I don't know, it feels like that one isn't quite so distant in a sense, even though obviously it was about 20 years ago at this point. It might have been 20 years ago, actually. Am I about to feel sad? Probably. No, it was 20 years ago this year. Dang. Okay. There you go. Not a bad level up there, Billy. Take it. Honestly, if they just made Xenosaga more easily accessible, maybe that's what I'd appreciate. I know most people say F Square, and rightfully so, for what they did to Xenogears, but at least the Xenogears is a little more accessible than the Xenosaga games, because if you have a PS3, you can technically legally acquire them. Oh! Ellie, do you remember seeing this? Yes. I wonder why. It's terribly lonely and familiar. See Sleep Guard. Emergency level 5. Presently, the central reactor is isolated. Wait, hold on. It said something different the second time. I was expecting to say the same thing. Ouch, that did do a fair amount of damage. Yeah, with how much they're dodging, I figured I should just go for being able to hit for the most part, which is why it's like, yeah, let's go for your ether guns there, Billy. Please not kill Billy. You kill Billy. I don't want Billy dead. I like Billy. Well, at least you're attacking Saitian this time. I mean, listen, if you could not attack anybody, that'd be perfectly fine by me, but at least somebody that can take a hit. Accuracy 10. I don't know if it does matter for ether guns. I do not believe it does. Business is located. Okay. Presently, access to all main laboratory databases denied. Okay. It did say something different. Okay. Head downstairs. I am starting to wake up a little bit. I was feeling a bit tired, which that does not help when streaming to feel tired, honestly. Nope, nothing that way. What an inconvenient building. It seems like it's refusing outsiders. Labyrinths are not usually built to protect against enemies. They're usually made to seal up something inside of them. Not to keep something out, but to keep something in. I wonder what that something is. That's a good question. See, black snake. I think that would be for Bart. It took me a second. My brain was really... I mean, it could be for... Yeah, okay. It's not a bad idea to double check, though. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting Bart and Billy confused in my head. Probably because they both have B's. Which isn't a great reason why, but it probably is the reason why. Yeah, could have been better. That's okay. That's the correct way. Do not want to go that way yet. Not yet, at least. Yeah, I think once we get to the next save point, we'll probably call it there for tonight. It'll be a little short, but not by too much. Be back on Friday. Oh yeah, okay. No, I don't need 2 enemies fights back to back like your game. Hello. Why do I feel like this is what we needed to do? Because it is. Been a while and I still remember that enemy. In Alphasol. I could probably do a little more, honestly. I am starting to wake up now, where to the point where it's like, yeah, you know what, that sounds fine. It even sounds better than fine, it sounds good. Then tomorrow, there's level 5. Activated many hours ago. At this point, there is a danger of nano-contamination. When entering the room, please execute a manual scan and confirm safety. After confirming, please reset the emergency level at the nearest terminal. Execute manual scan. Execute. Please wait. Scan complete. Confirmed. No nano-contamination. You can enter the room by resetting the emergency level at the nearest terminal. Oh, the nearest terminal. Okay, fine. Ooh, these guys again. Accuracy down on a person who already has low accuracy. Not exactly what I want to see. And as such, I'm just going to do this. Now that she got a hit. Better than nothing. Really think I should be able to use this one, but it's having a little bit of troubles, or I'm just having troubles with it. There's one that's not too far from here anyway, so it's not like it's that big a deal anyways. Reactor internal safety confirmed. Please reset emergency level. Reset. Please wait. Reset complete. Presently, emergency level is normal. Next, okay. Pardon me. Decreasing pressure, please wait. This floor is completely active. Pressure decreased. No matter what, we need a password. Acorn. Meow. 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 I remember if I brought Ellie last time. Blood. Covered in blood. My blood. There was no pain. Just coldness and sadness. Ellie! She has been here all by herself for all this time. Blood? Certainly it's covered in blood. And this scorching heat. No. Maybe it's radiation? Perhaps it's an emergency disinfection system. These marks are evidence that it has been used. Ellie! O vessel for a new soul, may the soul who resideth in you find peace. No, Ellie, we do not know what could happen. Saitian, who am I? What am I doing? What am I saying? I don't remember if we brought Ellie last time. I really don't think we did. Billy's just like, the heck? I don't think we did bring Ellie last time, honestly. I think it was Rico, Billy, and probably Saitian. Maybe Bart? Troll doll. What the? Probably could have chosen a better angle for this cause. Okay, there we go. Saitian, this girl. How did she suddenly change into human form? This girl appears to be an artificial life form created inside the reactor. She was probably assembled in the reactor by using that series in the database in the control room. Her body is most likely constructed from atomic machines on a molecular scale. In other words, a colony of nanomachines. Son. I'll be taking that nanomachine colony with me, thank you. That is the existence, or key factor, which God will guide us to free humanity from its yoke. So, if you don't mind, Bishop. Ah, Brother Billy, you're here too. This makes matters simple. I know you'll understand. This nanomachine colony needs to be in the hands of an honorable person. It's destined to be the salvation of humanity. An honorable person? I certainly do not think that you are honorable anymore. Eliminated the ethos and any surface-dwelling humans who don't agree with your own will. What is the problem with eliminating those people not fit for salvation? Why, isn't our very faith based on the precept that only the chosen will be saved? There's something very wrong with that. Not entirely. Salvation by faith is something that everyone should have an equal opportunity at attaining, which is true in the church. Are you saying that you can save all of humankind? No, but you can try. If Krellian uses the nanomachine colony, at least we can save some chosen people. But you don't understand how to utilize this. You can't save anyone. Are you willing to take the responsibility for the loss you will cause humankind? Free will, baby. My job now is to bring this nanomachine colony back to Krellian. You see, unlike the ethos, our aim is not the ancient weapons that lay in the city ruins. I don't think we conflict with your interest. No, we can't allow them to take this child. Salvation or not, what are you planning on doing this with this girl? I can't talk tonight. I just know your deeds are not honorable. Bishop, I'm sorry to say this, but I cannot be a part of what you are intent on doing. I see that I couldn't make you understand. Then it cannot be helped. I don't have the time to convince you further. Please excuse me, I must hurry on ahead. Wait right there. Sorry to have kept you two ladies waiting. It's time for you to do your job, Elements. Humph. Alone. Seraphita, buy me as much time as possible. We know. Stop ordering us around already. Hey, Talone, let's hurry up and get this over with, so we can get out of here. I don't like dark places. Yeah, right. It's only because it is on Ramses' orders. Jeez, now he's got us protecting this garbage. Well, that's how it is, folks. It'll help us if you'd hurry up and lose. Who in heavens are you? We don't have time to waste talking to you. Well, excuse us, but we can't let you go just yet. Really don't care much for Krellian, but if we do a crappy job, it'll make Ramses look bad. Thanks to you fools reviving her, we can get this mission over with sooner than we thought. Yeah, we didn't know how to operate that machinery, so we were so confused. Thank you very much for your kind help. Oh, Sarah, don't tell them that. Just as I was building things up to make us sound psychologically superior to them. Damn. What? But when people do you kindness, you should always say thank you. That's what Grandma always said. But I'm impressed, Talone. Psychologically superior? Your gin and tonic futon brain cyborg implants sure make you smart. That's positronic photon brain, you idiot. Gin and tonic futon? Makes me sound like I'm a sleepy drunk. I'm a sleepy drunk. It's already bad enough as it is, positronic photon brain cyborg. It's bound to get us into trouble with the makers of Star Trek. Be careful, the elements are Ramses' elite fighters. They look harmless, but they're really dangerous. And even their conversation was planned. No, that's how they are normally. That's what makes them really dangerous. Yeah, they're not too bad, if memory serves. Nothing really there. $350, not bad. Hey, feel my EP there. Don't like that. Already started you though, so I may as well finish you off. Oh no. Well, good to know. Found that out the hard way. Found that out the hard way too. So wind and fire heal you. Good to know. Please at least stay alive. for like another couple seconds. I guess I could have healed with side hand, but I did not. Good job staying alive, Ellie. Well, that's a heal again in a second. That hurt, to say the least. Lightning does that, okay. No steal EP. Know that you're not stealing it from the person who I really don't want you to steal it from, so got that going for us. Glad for that, so. Well, lightning did that, so I'm going to, and I think you're fire, so I think that what we want to do is freeze, which is correct. Okay. It did do a lot of damage to Billy, but did not kill him, so that is good. Eller. Love experience. That's an okay level up. Also an okay level up. Seraphita, enough already. We've done the job that was required of us. Let's pull out. Ah, Talon, wait for me. Okay. We should probably get some more Mega Souls, but for now, you know, what we gotta work. It is acceptable. Increasing atmospheric pressure. Please wait. There's no time. Pressure increased. Our cursed existence bound to the earth. O vessel for a new soul, created to remove that yoke. I just can't hand our child over to you. No, stop it. See ya. Rocky? Huh? Where did Faye go? I'd like to know that as well. That wasn't subtle. That was the exact opposite of subtle. Gonna put us to sleep, are you? Can't really say I blame you, but I'm not exactly happy about it. Not happy about you stealing my EP either. Stop it. I need that. I guess we can use an Omega Sol on Billy once we need to, because it looks like he's having all of the EP stolen. No, not all of it, I guess. That's good. It is trying to steal a lot of it, though. That is annoying. I guess I could have done something different. That's okay, this works. Pretty good level up there, Ellie, though. Oh, just being very persnickety. Okay. Fine. Oops, wrong way. Not what I meant to do. I guess I can have Billy in the party until we get Maria. There'll be a little bit before we get her, so I'm just thinking for the climb for Babel Tower, honestly. Apparently I missed the X button again. Unfortunately. No, there should be a save point right there. Okay. I'll just buy more of those. They're not too expensive, honestly. A little bit, but not like crazy or anything. Pardon me. $35. Okay. Pardon me. Honestly, if Ellie was in your party the entire time, I'd use her, but you don't get her for the final boss fight, so it's like, Okay. Ah. You just fought an enemy. That's the thing with RPGs. On the one hand, you like fighting enemies. On the other hand, it's like, okay, I've had enough. Yeah, I should heal before I go across this bridge. I might know something's coming. There's no might about it. I know something's coming. Bishop Stone, wait. Ha! Elements, you're not even as good as they say. Can't even buy me some time. Give it back. Give it back. Give it back. That is mine. Give it back. What do you want? Who are you? To you, it's just a used up toy. So give it back. It belongs to me. Who are you? At least give us your name. Names do not matter. However, if you insist. Bid. I believe it's still our strongest at the moment. That looks correct, yes. Dude, that much yet, but... No, let's make Billy go fast. That did not do that much. Oh, please. Okay, at least you attacked Ellie instead of Billy. I know that sounds weird, but I can heal everybody. He didn't do super much against you last time. Try Earth. Nope, about the same. Yeah, better safe than sorry, honestly. Hey, there we go. Alright. That's a lot of experience. No, you know, that's an okay level up, Saitan. Not too bad a level up for you either there, Billy. Not too bad a level up for you either there, Ellie. Why am I getting people's names confused in my head? Don't know, but I am. You're strong. Huh? You? Now's our chance. Get back to Krellion. I got him. Hurry, go after them. That voice. Wise man. Go, everyone, hurry. What the? Humph. A little early, isn't it? I see, it was that woman. Fine. You will do fine. Is my toy. For today. Huh? Oh no. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Wow, just in time, the man and wise man. They're really fighting it out. The ether power reaches all the way up here. Broken. Don't think you guys quite made it through the door there. But it's okay. We are too late. Sightings. What happens now that Krillin took the child? What is a nanomachine anyway? Nanomachines are robots that are smaller than human cells. They're used to cure disease of wounds in Solaris. Diseases or wounds in Solaris. She may be a colony of nanomachines made by an ancient, but advanced technology. Even if it's only for the people of Solaris. What's wrong with making people happy? I'm worried about what Bishop Stone mentioned. He said he needed her to free humanity from its yoke. Perhaps some ancient information on human reconstruction is hidden inside of her body. Demi-humans such as Rico and Hammer were born from the results of the messing around with DNA. That was done by ancient Solaris in the hopes that it would bring about the restoration of mankind. If Krellian is thinking of trying the same thing with improved nanotechnology, that would be frightening. To say the least. Down. Oh, I'm good. Real good. It seems Faye isn't in the infirmary, but he must be on board somewhere. Alright, this will be the last thing, then we'll end it there for the night. Here's what though. Tall. Veltol. Bad pronouncing Veltol's name, honestly. Hey? Doc. Hey, feeling better already? Yeah, probably. What are you doing riding a gear when you're only just recovering? I don't know what I'm doing here myself. I don't have a clear head yet. Ellipses. Faye, you should not be moving around yet. Alconshell has located straight ahead. Prepare gears for launch. Seems like they're watching us. I must go. You are in no condition to participate. Let's take care of this. Looks like it's time to settle the score, but Faye should be resting. Yes, I shall take Faye to the infirmary. Billy, please take care of the rest of things. As much as I do like you, Bart, and you are probably more useful, I do admittedly have a preference for Rico. And we don't use Rico that much, so it's like, may as well give Rico a little bit of the old love. Observing. What a roundabout way. Let's take care of it, and it'll be over. Those who become enemies of the sacred gazelle, I will eliminate them all. Repent now. Do you want the power? Who are you? I'll be honest, I didn't think we'd have to go fight right away. I was hoping we had a little bit of in-between before we had to fight, and we could have done this fight next time on Friday. I am Pat McGrath, the seeker of Chevyland. I don't know. I don't know why I keep making this dumb joke. Does thou desire the power? I'm the only one that really makes it power. Humph. There's power in here. I received this body from Krelion. All this power is fake. Do you think you can win with it? What do you mean, fake power? A fake body, a fake awakening is all useless. I will give you the power. My fist is divine breath. Blossom, O fallen seed, and draw upon thy hidden powers. Grant unto thee the power of the glorious Mother of Destruction. Yeah, we have to fight now. I really thought we had a little bit of time, but apparently not. Oh well, as long as our gears are full, they are not. Because why would they be? Actually. Damage nullified. I think we should turn the booster off for a little bit at the very least. Nope, not what I meant to do. This is what I did accidentally do, though. There we go. Got a little worried there for a second. No good. Not getting through. There is some kind of barrier. Some kind of negative feeling. Hatred. Somehow changed into ether, forming a barrier. We can somehow change our strong force of will into ether also and throw that back at it. Ha! Son of Josiah, are you suffering? When I took you in 4 years ago, that was proof of my old friendship with your father. That hate-stained friendship with Josiah, we competed for command of Gebler. Josiah, like a beast, you stole a Requel I loved, and threw away the command of Gebler that I wanted so much, then disappeared from Solaris. "4 years ago, after searching at the ends of the earth, no trace of him could be found. Requel, dirtied by him, and the reminder of that taint. You and your sister. Through Krelion's wisdom, using the wells, I saved Requel from misery. You son of a... You used the wells? Against my mother? Yes, Billy. Let me tell you something good. Those Reapers that you've been purging are really all people. They were chosen by the Ethos and converted by Krelion. You've been slaughtering people. A wretched son for a wretched father. Ha! Confess to me. Pay for your sins. No, there's nothing for you to regret, Billy. You say you and Requel were in love? You always were a narcissistic, self-preserving fool. This voice. I'll take this one. Use this, Billy. Use this, you can rip off the barrier. That is a bunt line. There's an ether gun gear where the pilot rides directly in the bullet. If we use that, we can break Stone's negative hatred power. However... Billy, if we merge our gears together, we can break through that barrier with our combined attack. I'm gonna borrow your shoulder for a moment, so start aiming now. Let's wrap this up once and for all, Einstein. But I want you to know that you aren't gonna see Raquel when you die. That's because your destination is going to be hell. I knew it. Josiah's planning on using it. He must be stopped. Billy, can you hear me? Billy? No good. There's no response. Billy, you know now, don't you? Stein's teachings were all a deception. That fabricated faith was just a worldly system for compensating those people with fragile souls. But faith and God aren't things which are given to you from others, right? There are things you have to discover within yourself and by yourself. Not entirely, but I get somewhat where you're going for it, Josiah. Things that cannot be put into words, things that cannot be expressed. Isn't that what God is all about? Question not thy God, for thy God doth not respond. He does respond, actually, but just not in ways that we typically understand. The reason I taught you how to use a gun as a child was to save people. You say that guns are just tools for killing people, but you're wrong. Guns don't kill people. I do. People kill people. Have you ever looked at the expressions on the faces of those Reapers you have destroyed? It's an excruciating process to be turned into a Reaper. To ease their torturous pain, they seek human blood and attack people in order to get it. But that does not vanquish the true pain within their hearts. There's only one way to be saved from the pain. That is by termination. Didn't all those Reapers put out of their misery by you have peaceful looks on their faces? Your guns save those people who are turned into Reapers. It's not something anyone can do. The faith that enabled you to accomplish that was no deception. God exists within you. I mean, God's always around us, Josiah. I'm not sure what your point with that last thing was. Father. Alright now. Let's go, Billy. Go! Barrier terminated. Too late. Billy! That is a weapon that uses its pilot as the warhead. What? Then Father is... Oh my goodness. I mean, I probably say that in this case as well, but I'm not Billy. Pardon me. Wood. Fantastic. Wonderful. Oh, we don't have the Jesse gun yet. Okay. I guess slight spoilers. Okay, let's try this, Ellie, because it does seem like using your ether just is not working with this boss. I don't think he has that much more health left, to be quite honest. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Also, why did Billy unboost? Did I accidentally do that? I don't think I accidentally did that. It's possible. Playing a little loosey-goosey here, not gonna deny that, but... Alright, just need one more to be able to get another death blow going. Oh! You're the one who's been doing that. That's annoying. Didn't realize that the Alchem shell could disable your booster. Alright. There we go. I was gonna say, it'll be a little close, but shouldn't be. Mamma mia! Got even closer. Forgot about that. Okay, not a bad level up for Billy. Not a great level up for Ellie, but it's acceptable. And a decent level up for Rico. Alright. Ugh. Dad. Billy, I should not have made such a thing. No, it's not your fault. This is the best way to see Father off. Hey Josiah, how you doing? Right. Thanks, son. Dad! Old friend, are you alright? You better believe it. I ain't gonna leave that stupid junk alone. I improved it. Ouchie wow wow, but I never want to do that again though. Oh, get ready to have that happen a lot more, Jesse. But still, talking about hell. Surprised to know an irreligious person like you would believe in life after death. Oh? So you were listening? That was a curse. Isn't that a fitting end for him? It is definitely your style. Pa! Pa! Prim! Prim, what did you just say? Huh, Prim? Haha. Hear that? Primera's problem seems to have been solved. Ha! Prim talked. Prim just talked. Hey Prim, now say my name. Say Billy. Ha! What about the ethos? They've completely devastated themselves. That mob just goes from bad to worse. Do you not think it is about time you told your son the truth, old friend? You were not just wandering around drinking and picking fights, were you? I'm sure he wants to know what you have been up to. Is that right, Billy? Yes, it would certainly make me feel a lot better. I know now my dad was worried about me the whole time, but I haven't worked out my feelings yet. What do you mean? Well, I'm glad Prim can speak now, but she only calls out for her father. I am the one who has been taking care of her all this time. What's wrong with her? Calm down, Billy. I'm sure she is just being shy. She will start calling out for you soon. Why, my own daughter does not even call out for her father's name. So, old friend, why were you working alone all that time? Couldn't be helped. You know, I'll probably need your help from here on. Okay, I'll tell you more. Let's go to the gun room. to get something to drink. Please save point. When I was in Solaris, I found out about the secret plan. That was the Moloch plan. It was done under the command of Krelian. In order to proceed with the plan, many lambs were gathered by the ethos to become guinea pigs. Or should I say, to become reapers, or wells. Since I was disgusted with Solaris methods, I decided to investigate it further. Found out that the main scientist central to the M plan moved the true facts about it into a test gear. Then he let that test gear escape with his daughter, so the truth would not be discovered. And that, I'm afraid, was the last information I was able to obtain. Because of what I found out, I came down to the surface world. This is where I hid, along with my wife, Raquel, and son, Billy. I've been looking for that gear on the girl ever since. Finally, I found out that the scientist's daughter and gear may be in Shavat. All very well, except now I don't know how in blazes to get there, or even how to contact the place. Though Shavat is protected by a strong barrier that even Solaris can't do anything about. So I guess you can say it can't be helped. Just my luck. That girl's name wouldn't happen to be Maria. Oh, are you two alright? Shouldn't you get some more rest? Yes, I can stand and even walk now. Thank you. I'm alright too. Maria, eh? Remember right, her father's name was Nikolai? I don't know that much, but I have heard rumors about a girl in a gear. Gotta be them, so that huge gear is in Shavat then. So then, how can we get to the Shavat? Is there a way to contact the place? Unfortunately, since I was taken captive, I have no way of contacting them either. I see. There just may be a way. Originally, Shavat was situated on top of Babel Tower. They say there's a communication facility to contact Shavat's native country on the top of the tower, if only it still exists. There's a good possibility the facility may have been destroyed, especially when you consider the fact that the tower was sealed by the ethos. I appreciate it, Cynic, thank you. He's kind of got that old rugged Western feel to him, so I feel like it's fair for Jesse. You're being pessimistic again. I'm just being realistic. I think we have no choice but to try and go there. Either way, as long as the gate exists, we can't escape from the Shadow of Solaris. Their secret plan bothers me too. The real secret is that they are using humans gathered from Earth. But I don't quite get the secret plan and the ethos involvement and so on. What in the hell does Solaris think us surface-dwelling humans are? Lambs. Sorry, totally forgot that was your country. What my country's doing has nothing to do with me. I myself thought something was wrong there, and that's why I came here. So don't worry about me. We've got nothing to lose, so let's try to go there. We need to find the truth about those documents found in the Ethos headquarters and what Billy's father said. I must go to Shavat too, for my own personal reasons anyway. No time like the present, huh? Let's go to Babel Tower right away. No, I'd like to save first, please. Ellie, I like you, but Saitan's coming. And do I want Billy? Or do I want Ellie? Billy. I like Ellie, but I prefer Billy. No, please. Please give a save point, please. Please. You're back. Well, find anything? Yes, I have obtained a colony of nanomachines. That one's sound. In any case, is the M project proceeding as planned? We need superior bodies and servants. We spent far too much time here. We can't afford to mistake the ultimate destination of this new civilization. They exist because of their mother. You betrayed your mother, your creator, just to sustain your own egos. You have no right to speak so. That was foolish. That was the past. We were trapped in that cursed flesh, but now it is different. I'll take no orders from you. You have lost that flesh long ago, and now reside in the Soul 9000 as Data. Did you forget who revived you in there? What may be an eternity to me is but a moment to a god. It's only the Lord of gods, so I have no need for hesitation. I wonder if there's a way to turn off the notifications, because it looks like random shells has been coming on and off a lot today. Not that it's that big of a problem, but still like, annoying a little bit. Okay. Get this real quickly. Don't need that anymore. Need more response circuit. That wouldn't be bad. Response circuit would also be good. Okay. Because it looks like... Okay, you probably don't need 3 magnetic coats there. Oh. This would be good for you. Does lower your response a bit, but I think we can fix that. That's a little too much. 30 is just about right, but we don't have any 30s at the moment, so... Take another response. Just see if there's anything else that side team could use, or if it's just... Response. Response is really kind of stupidly powerful in this game. In case you haven't noticed. Yeah, let's restock, save, and we'll end it there. Because I've been going a half hour later than I meant to, honestly. I gotta do at least one thing before work tomorrow, so, because I gotta run an AV scan every week for my job. Not that that's that big a deal, but still gotta do it. I do get paid for that, so that is admittedly nice as well. It is something that's required for work, so... Pardon me. Some frame 30s might be a good idea, honestly. I really can't say it's a bad idea to hold on to them. Even if you don't really need them at the moment, but... Okay. One more stop for stuff. Should be good for now. Deathblower one, we do want that, because that is pretty useful, honestly. Might be too stupidly useful. You only need to get one, and level 1 Deathblower with the level 1 Deathblower equipped is very strong. So it'll be nice to actually be able to make use of that again. We'll go check in the gun room, save, and we'll end it there. Keywords are Nikolai, Maria, a huge gear. Originally, Shavat was a town situated on top of Babel Tower. They say there was a communication facility to contact what now is Shavat at the top of the tower. Only it still exists and still works now, but we'll find out. Why hasn't it gotten lively around here? It looks like all this is still the same, so I don't need any of that. I guess I can check on Hammer, then we'll go save up top and call it good after that. Probably don't need too many of these, but it's not a bad idea to have a few on hand. I don't think Hammer's selling anything anymore, but let's just see. Oh, it's Ellie. Stand by. Okay. Boys trip until Maria comes along. And there will be one girl. Honestly, I would have Ellie in the party, but yeah. I'll be supporting you. There's nothing to do now. I could help you if you want me to. I usually would, Rico, but I'm trying new people. Admittedly, with me liking all the characters, that does help, because it's like, not all games you like all the characters. Like, I know for Mass Effect 2, did not care for Jack. Not a single bit. Okay, unfortunately, yeah, that'll be where we end it. I gotta go do that stuff, because this was really wanting to end at 9. But let me grab the Night Prayer book real quickly while this saves. It shouldn't be too far, so I'll just have to wait for this to load, save, and then we'll be good. So I do want to at least end with Night Prayers. Well, the overwhites, I'll be right back. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's end with night prayers, and then we will be back on Friday with more Xenogears. I'm actually excited for more Xenogears, but I do like a little bit of a break in between games. But we gotta make some progress on Xenogears fast. So it's like, nope, ain't no time for something else. We gotta do Xenogears. But I do really like Xenogears, don't get me wrong. In the name of Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Amen. God, come to my assistance. Lord, make haste to help me. Glory to the Father and Son and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, as now, will be forever. Amen. Alleluia. I confess to Almighty God and to you, my brothers and sisters, I have greatly sinned in my thoughts and my words, and I have done and I failed to do. Through my fault, through most grievous fault. Therefore I ask most blessed Mary, ever Virgin, all the angels and saints, and you, my brothers and sisters, to pray for me to the Lord our God. May Almighty God have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us to everlasting life. Amen. Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. Whene'er the helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, oh, abide with me. Swift to its close ebbs out life's little day. Earth's joys grow dim, its glories pass away. Change and decay in all around I see. O thou who changest not, abide with me. I fear no foe, with thee at hand to bless. Ills have no weight, and tears no bitterness. Where is death's sting? Where grave thy victory? I triumph still if thou abide with me. Hold thou thy cross before my closing eyes. Shine through the gloom and point me to the skies. Heaven's morning breaks and earth's faint shadows flee. In life and death, O Lord, abide with me. O Lord our God, and weird is your love for us. Turn your ear, O Lord, and give answer, for I am poor and needy. Preserve my life, for I am faithful. Save the servant who trusts in you. You are my God. Have mercy on me, Lord. For I cry to you all day long. Give joy to your servant, O Lord, for to you I lift up my soul. O Lord, you are good and forgiving, full of love to all who call. Give heed, O Lord, to my prayer, and attend the sound of my voice. In the day of distress I will call, and surely you will reply. Among the gods there is none like you, O Lord, nor work to compare with yours. All the nations shall come to adore you, and glorify your name, O Lord. For you are great and do marvelous deeds, you who alone are God. Show me, Lord, your way, so let me walk in your truth. Guide my heart to fear your name. I will praise you, Lord my God, with all my heart, and glorify your name forever. Your love to me has been great. You have saved me from the depths of the grave. The proud have risen against me. Ruthless men seek my life. To you they pay no heed. But you, God, have mercy and compassion. Slow to anger, O Lord, abounding in love and truth. Turn and take pity on me. O give your strength to your servant, and save your handmaid's son. Show me a sign of your favor, that my foes may see to their shame, that you counsel me and give me your help. Glory to the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, as now, will be forever. Amen. O Lord our God, and weird is your love for us. God has destined us for acquiring salvation through our Lord Jesus Christ. He died for us, that all of us, whether awake or asleep, together might live with him. Into your hands, Lord, I commend my spirit. Into your hands, Lord, I commend my spirit. You redeem us, Lord God of truth, I commend my spirit. Glory to the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit. Into your hands, Lord, I commend my spirit. Protect us, Lord, stay awake. Watch over us as we sleep. That wake me, keep watch with Christ, and sleep rest in peace. Lord, now you let your servant go in peace. Your word has been fulfilled. My own eyes have seen the salvation you prepared in sight of every people. A light revealed to nations and the glory of people of Israel. Glory to the Father, and Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, as now, will be forever. Amen. Protect us, Lord, stay awake. Watch over us as we sleep. That wake me, keep watch with Christ, and sleep rest in peace. Let us pray. Lord, give our bodies restful sleep, and let the work we have done today bear fruit in eternal life. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. May the all-powerful Lord grant us restful night and a peaceful death. Amen. Alma redemptoris meter, pe pervea cele, portamenes et stella meris, succurre cadenti. Segere qui carat populo, tuique genesiti natura miranti, tuum sanctum genitorum, vergobrius ac posterius, Gabrielis abore, sumens illud ave, peccatorum miserere. Amen. And Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. All right, and with that, we will end it there. I will be back on Friday, as I said, for probably about 3 hours of Xenogears. We should be able to get through the Tower of Babel by then, I think. Who knows? We'll find out. Anyways, you all have a good night. God bless. Remember that God loves each and every one of you. Going some more. Have a good night. Pax a bonum. And if I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas, guys.